Thank you. Actually, she read my speech for me. That is exactly what I was going to say. I've been very fortunate. I don't have a high level of education. I have an associate's degree from Alfred. Where I benefited in life was from hard work. I knew that to compete in this industry that I'm in, I had to work harder than the next person in line. And that's kind of what I based my career on. I attribute much of my success to my upbringing as well. My sister Kelly is an Oski Bartlett, who you know works in the cafeteria at the Genesee Valley. And she, in my opinion, is the role model for hard working. I don't know that I appreciated Allegheny County, this area, when I was younger until I went away. And in time I realized that the loyalty, the honesty, the values of the Allegheny County, this community, are really what drove my career, what based a lot of my success. And if I had any advice to offer young people today, with regards to their career path, it would be, number one, it'd be find a career that makes you happy. Your career is very long. You need to find something that makes you happy. I've been happy. I am happy, but I've also had some difficult times as well, like we all have. But then work harder than the next guy. And again, that's the direction that I took. And remember where you came from. Always be grounded. Don't let your success, don't let your career go to your head. And that's basically the story of my career. I think, as I said, unfortunately, she pretty much read my bio. I've been very fortunate. I've traveled the world. I've been just about everywhere. As she said, I've eaten foods that most people wouldn't. I felt I needed to try them, and I've enjoyed it. I've had my nose broken in 2 different countries. I've done a lot of interesting things. But keep in mind, small town values, the work ethic, the values of this community. I worked on a farm growing up. I worked at the truck stop in Belvedere changing truck tires, working my way through college. I've earned my keep, and I've worked hard at it, but also there's been a lot of luck too as well. And I think hard work, being aggressive in what I've done is brought that luck on. So unfortunately, I really don't have a lot more to say than that. I appreciate being invited to this. I'm honored, actually, considering when I was given the application to fill out for this, I actually almost didn't do it because I felt a bit embarrassed because of my education. But I think I'm glad I did. I think I feel honored that I was accepted for this position. And my goal in life was to raise a family and be successful, and I think that's what I did. And I hope the best for you as well in your careers, in your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula, and good evening, everyone. I am honored and humbled to be here tonight and be the recipient of this award. Honestly, when I first got notification, I thought to myself, how can I be eligible for this? And then I realized I've been out of high school for 18 years. Congratulations to all of the other award recipients. Paula kind of covered my history on what I've done since graduating from high school. And with that being said, none of this would have been achievable without the foundation that was built at Angelica Central in Genesee Valley. I was lucky enough to be part of both school districts. I entered 4th grade as a merged district. Talk about scary and intimidating. Our class basically doubled in size. Though this experience built my future, roots, and way of thinking about myself, others, and the world. I feel so lucky to have grown up in this rural community that taught me the following life lessons: integrity, responsibility, communication, and compassion. Integrity, this is an absolute. It is the foundation that motivates all of our efforts. The quickest and surest way to lose credibility is to take or tolerate ethical shortcuts. Without the trust of others, you will become totally ineffective. Responsibility, seek and accept it. Take the tough jobs. If not, then who? The quickest and surest way to lose credibility is to take or tolerate ethical shortcuts. Without the trust of others, you will become totally ineffective. Responsibility. Seek it and accept it. Oh, sorry. Selfless service means having the courage to step forward when others are stepping back. Communication. For others to follow, you must share your vision in clear and concise language. And compassion. The golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. No matter what happens in life, be good to people. As you pursue your future, don't forget where you came from and use that as a guide to your future. Get involved, be part of your community, and give back in any way you can. You had 14 years to build roots with your people in this place. Childhood friends are the best friends. To this day, my childhood friends are my adult best friends. To conclude, work hard, play hard, stay humble, and never forget where you came from, and you will be successful. Thank you.
This is really an honor for me, growing up here in Angelica. I grew up just down the street here. You could throw a rock to my house. Unlike my predecessor, I had my nose broke too, but it wasn't overseas. It was out here on the front porch. But we won't get into that. Growing up in Angelica was really, it's a great place. Everybody knows everybody, and you do get the values, as the people before me have said. You grew up with some really good values here. I wasn't the best student in school. It took a lot of pushing from a lot of the teachers to get me to do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm thankful for that, because if they would have just left me alone, I kind of would have probably just done nothing. But they realized I had some potential, apparently, and they pushed me, and they said, you can do better. And I'm grateful for that. I don't have a lot of education either. Jamestown Community College, I went there for 2 years and got my degree in criminal justice. I came home, and you don't necessarily get to do what you want to do right off the bat. My first job, I worked in Morton Salt, which is up in Silver Springs. I worked in the salt mines right after I got out of high school. But I kept looking, and I kept wanting to do something. So I finally did get a job here in Angelica part-time. I was young. I had a lot to learn, and boy, I tell you what, I had some good mentors. A lot of the older folks will remember Jim Fleming and Roland Gallman. They were my mentors, and I can't thank them enough. They taught me the job, and I ended up working also part-time at the sheriff's office. I took the civil service test and went to Bolivar, and I was shocked because I took the civil service test to be a police officer, and I get to Bolivar, and they're like, well, guess what? You're the officer in charge. Boy, was that a learning experience. I learned by doing. It was kind of like getting thrown in the fire. And so I learned over the years. I ended up, and I was promoted to chief in 1980. At that time, I was the youngest civil service chief of police in New York State. Everybody looked kind of down at me because I was so young, but I did work my way up. And it was always a dream of mine to be the sheriff here in the county, which finally came true in 2010 when I won the election. But all I can tell you is, you wanted words of wisdom. You've heard them from the other folks. Do something you enjoy. If you work your whole life and you don't enjoy your job, it's not worth it. Money isn't everything. If you can do something that you enjoy and do it for your life, it's great. I did it for almost 47 years, and I don't have any regrets at all. I can't thank the people in Angelica enough. As I said, school wasn't my best thing, but I was pushed. A lot of the teachers helped me out. And you're never going to get anything better than a small town education or a small town. Just growing up is great. I can remember years ago, when you first start out, people kind of look at you when you go to like a bigger city, and they find out where you're from, and they think it's a bad thing. It's not. I remember the first time I went to the police academy there in Monroe County. We had a class we had to do in life saving. I was the only person in the class who could swim. And it just amazed me that these people from the city couldn't swim. None of them had ever shot a gun. You know, so those are the things you learn growing up here in Allegheny County. And those are the things that really you need to know in life. And it's amazing. So that's about all I have for my words of wisdom. But just do what you love to do. Keep trying. You're not going to get it the first time. I'll guarantee you 90% of the time you're not going to do what you want to do the first time, but just keep your dream alive, keep looking, and you'll end up doing what you want to do. And if you love it, you'll do a great job. Thank you.